A Villain in Venice, Jane of the Air, Book 1. A steampunk detective and aviatrix and part-time spy. Available now. All profits to the NHS.
Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. Excuse the slightly echoey background, but you record where you can, whenever you can. This time I need to talk about Stranded. Well, Stranded 2 in fact, which was released way back in March 21. Yes, you've guessed it, I'm still playing catch up, but I'm getting there. This is, of course, being Stranded 2, the second box set in the Stranded series, which I believe, at this count, will be 4 box sets long. 4 box sets containing, 4 stories. The TARDIS is still stranded, but the healing process has begun. After leaving Baker Street for months, the Doctor, Liv and Helen find their new friends becoming curious about who they really are. But is it wise to tell them, when their future and their past are filled with danger, and in the shadows, the Curator is watching? Now, like I said, 4 stories, very different. And because you're investing in a box set that everyone seems to really love, then you're going to be able to take your time, take your foot off the accelerator, and enjoy the scenery. And that's kind of where we're at with this box set. Obviously, there's some groundwork being laid down. But primarily, you're getting more of a feel of the lay of the land. You don't have to startle everyone with the background. We know who the people are. We kind of have an idea where we're going with it, so we can enjoy what's going on. 2.1, Dead Time, by Matt Fitton. The Doctor wants to take the TARDIS on a test flight, but he has rather more passengers than he'd like. Soon, the crew are stranded once again in an uncertain future, one where planet Earth appears to be dead, and very soon, so will any visitors. It's a nice, this is the future Earth quarry kind of a story, but of course you've got PC Andy, Sergeant Andy from Torchwood, as well as all of the new people. Yes, there are some people kicking off, but it kind of works. It works very, very well. Atmosphere nice, and it's nice to have actual Torchwood characters appearing in other dramas, slightly more out of their depth than usual. It just kind of works. I don't want to give any spoilers, but it is a decent futuristic tale. Imagine Orphan, whatever it was. That kind of world works. But the box set episode that everyone's been talking about is the next one, Unit Dating by Roy Gill. Here's the synopsis. When the Doctor dips into his past to help TARDIS repairs in the present, Andy joins him on a trip to Unit in the 1970s. Young soldier Ron Winters has just met lab assistant Tony Clare, but in 2020 they need Liv and Helen's help when their memories start falling apart. This is just lovely. If ever you needed to sit down and show someone why Big Finish and audio drama itself is so great, this is a good place to start. Yes, you've got the time travel aspect, you've got things looping in on themselves, but you've also got, the 70s, and you've got the Brigadier turning up. Yes, John Culshaw does a very nice turn. And it all really fits together. There's a beautiful moment between the Brig and the 8th Doctor, and in general, it's just nice. It's a love story, it's got science fiction elements, it's also about dementia, it's about so many things, and it just feels great. 2.3, The Baker Street Irregulars by Lisa McMullen. Well, here's the synopsis. The Doctor takes Zakia and Alicia to see some family history. Their grandmother had her own secret life on Baker Street during World War II. As Tanya and Liv try to defuse an unexploded bomb, the sisters face explosive revelations of their own. Yeah, it does have a secret army kind of a feel to it. And you've got, Doctor Who in the Blitz. Doctor Who in wartime England has become much more of a theme since the series came back, in the way that old series and Victoriana seemed to be the taste of the day back in the classic series. It's a very, very well told tale with some nice twists. Which brings us to 2.4, The Long Way Round by John Dorney. Something is wrong with Earth's future. So the Doctor decides to see for himself, but very soon the travellers are captured. Someone seems to know their every move, and an interrogator wants answers. But do they even know the right questions? This one's very clever. It does have the feel of that free speech story that happened with free downloads, but it's very, very clever. Because people being interrogated show their true selves or retreat into some strange, psychologically damaged place. And every single character gets their time to shine in the spotlight, which is very, very good. I don't want to give away any more than this because obviously it leads into the larger narrative, just like the first story in the box set. But I am here for the entire trip. Here's the trailer. Decide for yourself, as always. But until next time, be seeing you.
From Big Finish Productions, The Eighth Doctor Adventures, Stranded 2.
I've got her back. My TARDIS. Hello, old girl.
The TARDIS is starting to heal.
A paradox took hold. We could be looking at a whole new aberrant timeline. And the best thing I can do to explain, Tanya, is to take you with me.
Really? You're inviting me along?
This stuff, time travel. It's a bit of a balancing act, like one of those 3D puzzle games. You don't want to pull out the wrong piece in case the entire universe stops existing completely. Which is something I've literally seen happen.
This is unbelievable! Get us out of here. We'll be blown to bits.
Oh, brace, everybody brace!
Now, it's time we told them about who we really are. We need to find the right moment. I wonder what the brig would make of all this.
I don't want to get a bus home when there's a time machine right here.
Well, we all have to be somewhere. This is as good a place as any.
Big Finish. We love stories.
He's a big chap, over 6 foot, built like a gorilla, unusually strong and surprisingly hairy.
Oh, hurrah! It's a great big space ape. Let's get this over with then.
That was the Doctor Who Tin Dog Podcast, available on iTunes, YouTube, Twitter, RSS, Vimeo, and across the internet. Doctor Who and its associated properties are all copyright and trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Why not become a supporter by visiting patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.